Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. Today we're going to be doing another one of my top 10 insert characters that I want in The Simpsons Tapped Out, and today we're doing the top 10 politicians that I want in The Simpsons Tapped Out. So, of course, you guys voted for this one, so if you aren't happy with this one, then complain. Now, last week, or 5 or 6 days ago, I did top 10 cops that I want in the game, and both police and politicians fall under the civil servants category in the game. And as I stated in that video, I will reiterate it here, I really think they should split these categories up. We should have one category for civil servants, and we should have one category for politicians, or one category for, I think law enforcement would be a better term. So like one category for law enforcement, and then one category for politicians. And yeah, obviously all these people, I think Quimby should have his own family, so these people should be in Quimby's family. Obviously Lou, Eddie and the dog can be in the law enforcement category, and Mary Bailey and Gloria can be in the law enforcement as well. Mary Bailey, Edgar Hoover, both of them would be in the politicians category, although I guess Edgar Hoover could also fall under law enforcement. He's the FBI director, so I don't know. But that's how I would structure it, because I think the sort of more we split them up, the better the categories are. I'm fine with like big categories. So if we have like school, like elementary school workers, for example, that one's just inevitably going to be a big category. But if we are able to split it up, I think it could be better. It's better organized in my opinion. But anyway, today we're doing top 10 politicians, and I made a few rules for this. One, I'm not doing real life politicians, so this includes politicians from the past, current living politicians who've been shown in The Simpsons. None of them are going to be shown in this list. I strictly want to do fictional politicians, and that kind of covers my main rule. But obviously also B is no presidents. I am not doing any of the presidents that we could get in the game. That would be in a separate video. I might do a top 10 presidents some way down the line, who knows. And also I kind of wanted to keep it to fictional politicians who serve Springfield, or at least Springfield State. So I've tried to narrow it as much as possible. I am including people who have ran and not been successful, and I'm also including people like governors, senators, assembly people, any sort of political office that you could be elected for or you could run for. So let's go to the list, starting with number 10, which is the former mayor Springfield. So this one is like a little bit of I kind of want it, but I can understand if they don't add it, and that's why I put it as number 10. Now, part of me would actually really love them to add some of the classic, beta versions of some of the characters. And one of them is the former mayor of the Springfield. So in the Homer's Odyssey episode, we see this dude, and he is the mayor of Springfield. And he does not look like Mayor Quimby, because obviously at this point, Mayor Quimby was not conceptualized. Now, later on, we did get Mayor Quimby, so at least one of the wikis states this dude is probably the former mayor of Springfield, and I think that could be cool. It would be really interesting if they did like a little quest line with him, and they had some lore like, oh yeah, I was the mayor of Springfield, and then I was voted out by that damn Mayor Quimby. I don't know, I think it could be kind of interesting. I know as well, Mole Man was also the mayor of Springfield at one point, but that would be like a costume, I think. Actually, I don't know, I guess that could be a character. But I've not included it in this list, the Mole Man mayor, just because I don't really want to have like aged up characters on this list. I want to just keep it to new characters. But yeah, this one would be a cool one regardless, even though he is just like a beta version of Mayor Quimby. And I thought I'd just leave him at number 10 just to be fair. Number 9 is John Armstrong. So this is just like a character who's voiced by Dan Castellaneta, who's in one scene where he was running for the Democratic Party, and he kind of gets a bit flustered. He's not like a massive character or anything. He's running on behalf of the Democratic Party. He's not a massive character, so that's why he's number 9. But at the very least, he has a name, he has a voice, and he appeared in one scene. So I put him above the former mayor of Springfield at the very least. But Yeah, I don't know. I think with my strict rules, it made it a bit harder. But I think regardless, if we were to get some sort of political event or maybe like an event where, I think they could do an event based around that episode where Ralph runs for president. He could be one that you just throw in there. So yeah, it would be cool to get him regardless. Number 8 is Vincent Aleppo. So Vincent Aleppo is one of the people that ran against Ralph in that episode. I think he's the least interesting out of all of the candidates that run against Ralph. But I actually when I first watched that episode like years ago, I wasn't like as familiar with American politics, so I generally thought that these were all like people who were running for president, like against Obama in 2008. I generally thought they were like whenever it was, but I think I watched it when I was like really young, when like Obama was like in. So I thought it was like an episode, and all these were the people that ran against Barack Obama. So, but no, he is actually a fictional character. But I think he's the least interesting out of all of the people that run against Ralph. So I've kept him at number 8. Number 7 is Senator Weinergirl, sorry. This is another person who runs against Ralph. I think he was kind of funny as well. He's only in like one scene, but regardless, it would be cool to get them. I really think doing an event, even if it's a mini event based around that episode, could be really cool. We could get 2 of these dudes in the game. There is 4 of them in total, and we'll go to the next ones, which is number 6, Governor Huntingchurch and Senator Vane. So I just combined these 2 because A, they appear in the same scene, and B, I kind of think they could be cool as a 2-in-1 character. There's obviously the one scene with them in the, as you can see here, but yeah, I think they're the best out of the people who run against Ralph. So they're number 6. Governor Huntingchurch and Senator Vane. Like I said, would be cool if they did a little mini event based around that episode, really. And they could have these two. These 2 dudes could be the premium character, I'm telling you right now. And Senator Weinergirl could be the free character. And then Vincent and Aleppo, we'll throw him in at the super premium. I don't know. Anyway, number 5. This is a bit of a meme one, but I couldn't resist. And that's the Communist Party Recruiter. Now, if you've watched my communist event idea, which I did a while back, it was a bit of a meme, but I had the Communist Party Recruiter as a character because there's a really funny scene where this dude, he's at a baseball game, I think, and he starts talking to the crowd, and he just gets thrown with tomatoes. No one wants to hear him. No one wants to hear what he says. They just hear that he's a communist, and they throw tomatoes at him. And I felt for the guy, right? Might not agree with him 100%, but no one needs tomatoes thrown at them. So I just think he could be kind of a funny character. He was running in Springfield, obviously. He was trying to address the Springfieldian crowd. So although he's never actually held official office, at the very least, he's a good boy. And I know that these dudes technically didn't run in Springfield, but they appeared in Springfield. I know they were running for running for president, but they were campaigning in Springfield, so I figured that's good enough. I think this dude is Springfield. I don't even know. Maybe that rule hasn't really applied, okay? I forgot about that one. But I didn't want to do main reason, well, I probably should have said American. I wanted to restrict it to America because I didn't want to do people in Australia or someone in Mexico or something. I wanted to just keep it to American characters. So yeah, that's probably was better to explain it like that instead of explaining it that we were having Springfielders. Anyway, that's number 5, the Communist Party Recruiter. I generally think he'd be a funny little character to have. Number 4 is Petrovichnyamilelenkossarian. That big name I cannot pronounce. I'm not even going to try. So this is the guy who ran against Quimby in one of the modern episodes for the position of Mayor of Springfield. And oh God, is he Russian or Ukrainian? I forget now. He's one of them anyway. Yeah. I think he's pretty cool. I think just for his name alone, he should be added and tapped out. I'd really love to see them actually add a character with this long of a name. And that is honestly the reason. I don't even care. Sue me. Number 3 is Maxine Lombard. I apologize, this is the only woman on the list. There appears to be a lot of male politicians, not very many female politicians, or at least not very many I could find that weren't real people. apart from Mary Bailey, who we've already got in the game, of course. So, Maxine Lombard is an assemblywoman who Mr. Burns had to appeal to when he wanted to frack, I think, and then they have like a little relationship as well. I kind of dig the story to a bit. I think some of it was a bit cringy, but like I quite like the episode. I think her character's fine, and I think they could do some more development on it maybe. So I don't know. I think they could add her in the game. They could maybe do an interesting questline with her. She could have some interesting animations. So it would be cool to get Maxine Lombard in the game. Anyway, number 2 is Horace Wilcox. So he is the governor, I believe, of the state that Springfield is a part of until he has a heart attack and dies. And then I think Krusty runs after that, right? I don't even remember. Yeah, he's a short-lived character, that's for sure. He's only alive for a little bit, but hey, I mean, he's a significant enough character. He was the governor of the Springfield state. I mean, we got to give him a big fit. Or was he the senator? I don't even know. Senator, governor, it's all the same to me. But that is Horace Wilcox at number 2. And we have that number 1. Can we have that drum roll? Number 1 is Bob Arnold. How could I not have Bob Arnold? It's a travesty that Bob Arnold has not been added to the game yet. Now, of course, Bob Arnold only ever made one significant appearance. He has appeared a few times throughout, but his main appearance was, of course, in the Lisa Simpson. Lisa Simpson Goes to Washington? I even know. Is that the episode? The episode anyway where Lisa goes to Washington and basically does that speech and then she finds out that Bob Arnold is a crook. And that's the main reason. I think he was a cool little mini villain in that episode, and he's a politician as well. I think they could do some really interesting stuff with him, and I just really like Bob Arnold in the game. So that's generally the reason. It's quite simple. I think he was a good little mini villain. I think out of all these politicians, he's definitely got the most of a character, and I think he would be the one that I would want in The Simpsons Tapped Out the most. So yeah, Bob Arnold is number 1. But tell me your thoughts. What other politicians would you like in The Simpsons Tapped Out? Like I said, I tried to keep this away from presidents. There probably would be some presidents I would include on this list if I was to combine them, but that would just be so tedious because I'd have to look at presidents and look at politicians and other politicians and outweigh them, and I couldn't really do real life people either. And then presidents, it gets tricky as well because I can't really do modern presidents. I have to do older presidents. And people seem to really want Donald Trump in the game. So that is the video. There you have it. Make sure to head over to the Discord and vote on which thing you would like to see next. Now, there's going to be 3 options, obviously, as always. There is going to be, of course, Simpsons Pets, which still hasn't happened. The second option is going to be the Prince family, which also still hasn't happened. And the third one, this one's going to be a bit controversial. I'm going to try it. We'll see how it goes. The third one is going to be costumes for Homer. So let me know. Tell me your thoughts. Which one you want to go see. If you want to vote, head over to the Discord. Link is in the description. And head over to the Channel 6 channel and vote there. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts. And I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.